Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dissect or Dissect. On this show, we endeavor to the best of our ability to analyze, evaluate, and examine people's use of terms and judge them by their standards. For our viewers, listeners, and detached spectators to conclude. The topic I'm going to talk about today is Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. Dr. Ismaila Ceesay is the Minister of Information of the Gambia under the current administration, spearheaded by His Excellency President Adama Barrow. I choose to talk about Dr. Ismaila Ceesay today on the contention that he was invited to a talk show hosted by Mr. Peter Gomez. And Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, the Minister of Information, made some quite inaccurate observations. Inaccurate to the extent that I took umbrage over some of his remarks. He then go on to defend the substantial amount of money paid to His Excellency President Adama Barrow and the Speaker of the National Assembly. Not only did the Minister of Information stop there, but he vehemently attacked his political opponents and other concerned Gambians, accusing us of lack of understanding of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, also known as the TRRC dossier, and the Njie Commission report. Let me digress from my intro and get into the crux of the subject. Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, the Minister of Information, stated that Gambians should thank His Excellency President Adama Barrow for opening up the political space and allowing citizens to speak their mind or their minds. If I have to judge Dr. Ismaila Ceesay by his tasteless observation, he appeared to have never read the Constitution of the Gambia, 1997. And if he claimed to have done so, then he was acting like a mascot, and a mascot is a clown. But thanks to the journalist or the show host, Peter Gomez, who was there to massage his ego and allow Dr. Ismaila Ceesay to spread his misinformation to the overwhelming majority of the political immaturity Gambians. And please, don't misrepresent what I said and use it as a pretext and become antagonistic towards me. Political immaturity is not only a Gambian problem, but it's a worldwide problem. So just to go briefly into the Constitution of the Gambia, 1997, under Chapter 4, Section 25 of the Constitution, and I quote, every person shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression, which shall include freedom of press and media, or under media, i.e. the Constitution advocates for the citizens of the Gambia to exercise their constitutional rights without being subjected to any form of control. That is not something to do with the president at all. The Constitution is the fabric of our society. It behests our behavior patterns, and whoever violates the tenets and the covenant of the Constitution should be held accountable. I do completely understand, after 2 decades and 2 years of tyranny under the former brutal dictator Yahya Jammeh, Gambians are still living in apathetic slumbers and deprivation of liberty which was imposed upon us. But no, it's our prerogative to exercise our constitutional rights, and Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, the Minister of Information, and the government he represents have no compulsion over us. His second point was the Minister of Information stated that His Excellency President Adama Barrow is getting paid approximately, $15,000 a month, without any proof anyway. And if the figures are accurate, then the president is getting paid $180,000 annually. If you multiply that by the 7 years and counting President Adama Barrow has been in office, then he is paid approximately $1.4 million. And if you convert that lump sum into Gambian currency, the dollars, the President Adama Barrow has been paid over $90 million. That is a lot of money. Given the fact that in the Gambia, half of the working population don't make $300 a month, kids are finding it so very difficult to make 3 square meals a day. Under the government, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, the Minister of Information, is part of, corruption is at its peak, mismanagement of public funds, and millions squandered on unnecessary expenses, i.e. on meet the people toes and whatnot. This is not an aspersion of the current administration, but a statement of fact. The other aspersion the Minister of Information, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, made was that Mr. Esam by far does not understand governance. Something along that line. And then went on to disqualify and relegate the intelligence of the concerned people of goodwill who are eager to know why the government is reluctant or hesitant to implement the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission dossier, also known as the TRRC and the Janet Commission report. Regarding Mr. Esam Baifal, I don't know him adequately to judge him or defend him, nor does he need me to defend him at all. But judging by his involvement in conducting the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, I think he's a very, very erudite man, and that is something Dr. Ismaila Ceesay cannot take away from him. I unequivocally believe Mr. Esam Baifal and those who conducted the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, the TRRC, and the Janet Commission report did fairly well in contextualizing the horrendous event that took place in the Gambia between 1994 to 2017. And I think those people deserve some form of adulation for their endeavors in exposing the crimes committed by the former President Yahya Jammeh. About the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation dossier and its implementation, the Minister of Information, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, stated that people who are clamoring, he doesn't use the term clamoring, but he said people who are talking about the TRRC report does not know what the dossier is about. And when asked by the journalist or the show host Peter Gomez, what is the report? Dr. Ismaila Ceesay was reluctant to answer the question, but stated that out of the 240 odd recommendations, 15 are already in place and active. And when asked by Peter Gomez, what are these 15 recommendations? Dr. Ismaila Ceesay could not recall any, but yet dared to attack his political opponents. If you regard yourself as the Minister of Information, you must prepare to give an accurate distillation of any information asked. Otherwise, you will end up making yourself look like a clown. What should be the primary focus of the Minister of Information, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, and the government he represents is to find the factors that are hindering the lives of Gambians from thriving, and come with methods to alleviate those factors. But no, they're too busy attacking their political opponents, acting like an enraged honey badger. Sorry, but that's how I just see them. Of course, it's beyond difficult. It's beyond difficult. And I'm not trying to blame the government for every predicament the people of the Gambian are suffering from. It's beyond difficult to make the Gambia the lost city of Atlantis, so to speak, i.e. the Gambia does not produce anything of what it consumes, and a nation cannot thrive until it produces what it consumes. The Gambian problem is an African problem. An African problem is a Gambian problem. The dog that bit us in the Gambia is the same dog that barks all over the continent of Africa. But then again, that does not mean the government should not use all means they have at their disposal to make the Gambia a decent place to live. The current administration has upheld the rule of law to a degree, and that's how it should be. I simply would not give them any credit, but will acknowledge their persistent work. On the recent voice message rumor going on with the former President Yahya Jammeh, time never allowed me to dissect the audio enough to draw a line. But my sincere message, my honest and candid message to the former President Yahya Jammeh and his exponent, shame on you. Shame on you. It's your prerogative to think how you feel I have no compulsion over you, but with your discourteous rubbish, take it with you. Yahya Jammeh is over. Yahya Jammeh will never ever come back to the Gambia and rule the nation. His time is over. He's an event of the past. We should look forward to the future and not regress. But this is the thing. His Excellency President Adama Barrow gave Yahya Jammeh and other Gambians the reason to be doubtful of his leadership and became disenchanted. When President Adama Barrow came to power under a coalition government, we all thought that he would be a beacon of hope and a beacon of light. But judging by the state of the nation, which speaks a volume in itself, President Barrow has squandered his legacy. And when I say squandered, I mean squandered, and would be seen as the Moses who failed woefully to meet his expectations. Now going back to the former President Yahya Jammeh, I don't think any sober-minded Gambian or person with the delicacy of sensibility would associate themselves with Yahya Jammeh. The man brought more notoriety than a bag of rice upon the people of the Gambia. And I think anyone who never pays little or no attention to the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission and the Njie Commission dossier and has no clue whatsoever about the 1997 Constitution of the Gambia can easily look at Yahya Jammeh's crimes and come up with a simplistic view. But the situation is more pathetic, and Yahya Jammeh himself noted. Yahya Jammeh's crimes are not a teacup storm that one can deviate from without justice. You guys have to know that. Yahya Jammeh, he ran into exile, not of his own volition. He was forced to do so to save himself from getting arrested. Yahya Jammeh violates every tenet and covenant of the Constitution that he helped rebuild. And I find it difficult, tasteless. I find it very, very difficult to accept that His Excellency President Adama Barrow has employed Mr. Momodou Sabally and that political clown and this other fella. What's his name again? The Vice or the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Mr. Njie, Mr. Sidi Njie. It's beyond my imagination. I cannot accept it that President Adama Barrow has employed those two in his administration. There are many Gambians capable enough to be in that exalted position of power. Do you guys not remember Mr. Sidi Njie? He was at one point the greatest exponent of the former President Yahya Jammeh. Sidi Njie used all methods he have at his disposal to overturn by far the most free and fair election ever held in the Gambia. And of course, challenging election results in the laws of the Gambia is not something unconstitutional, but one must have empirical evidence to support their contention. And Mr. Sidi Njie knows for a fact he has no shred of evidence, but yet he was doing everything he could to overturn the election results. And today, he's been employed or designated as the Vice or the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. With Momodou Sabally. Momodou Sabally was brought before for those of you who do not know, Momodou Sabally was brought before the Njie Commission of Inquiry. And was brought before the Njie Commission of Inquiry to give evidence of his involvement with the former President Yahya Jammeh. I remember when the chairperson asked Momodou Sabally about his involvement in aiding and abetting Yahya Jammeh to squander millions of dollars of Gambian money. Momodou Sabally said he could not recall much. But when he recently appeared on Peter Gomez's show, he stated that he can recall the time of the late and the former president and the first president of the Gambia, Sir Dawda Jawara, and he can recall the time of Yahya Jammeh, and said His Excellency President Adama Barrow is by far the most engaging president he had ever seen. Mr. Momodou Sabally, by his own admission, he cannot recall his involvement with Yahya Jammeh, but yet he can recall the time of the former and the first president of the Gambia, Jawara, Sadauda Jawara. I mean, Mr. Sabally is either delusional of grandeur or selective of amnesia, and I take it he is both. He is nothing but an idiot. Momodou Sabally was banned. He was banned to take part in politics by the Jani Commission for 10 years. But yet he was catapulted to a political leadership by the United Democratic Party, also known as the UDP, and given the title of a commander. You call Momodou Sabally, that political clan, a commander. Come on, Gambia. Come on. We need to go back. We need to go back to the mirror, look at ourselves, and then whatever the issue is us. Under the Constitution of the Gambia, not only the government have to abide by the rules, but every citizen has a moral and a legal responsibility. Come on, we are better than this. God bless us with some very, very intelligent people. But come on, Gambia, we can do better. But this is the thing. The United Democratic Party, the UDP, cannot be indignant of President Adama Barrow for employing Momodou Sabally, because they themselves has employed him and gave him a title of a commando. You see, this Momodou Sabally fella, this guy represents the physical and the spiritual attitude of a hypocrite. He is nothing but a hypocrite. And every now and then, when he's on a talk show, he will go on, oh yeah, I will lazina amanu, yari dari dari, and whatnot. Brother, your religion and your choice of love, these are your personal liberty. Keep them to yourself. The Gambia is a secular state. It's not governed by Islamic tenets or Christian tenets or Christianity tenets. This Sabally fella is not worthy of my attention. I have to be very honest. I shouldn't even waste my energy, my time, or my breath talking about him. He's just irrelevant. I don't even see him. Wallahi, I don't even see him. I'm just saying this because I'm so disenchanted with President Adama Barrow for employing that Momodou Sabally guy. But anyway, for those of you who are interested in politics and have the concern of the Gambia at heart, there's a party by the name People Alliance Party, also known as PAP. The party is spearheaded by Mr. Ibrahim Taburamani. He is a very, very brilliant man with immense political sagacity and balance, and with profound understanding of society and how it functions. Mr. Mani loves the Gambia so much so that he has no more room to love. He is a man of great compassion for humanity who does not mince his words or offer endless platitudes and lip services. He means business. The People Alliance Party, PAP, perhaps desires to rule, but the paramount desire for the party is to ensure a positive change for the people who are intrinsically determined to suffer no longer. The party motto is PURE, pure, progress, rewriting the wrong of the past and diminish the stigma of social stagnation is among our many agendas. Unity. As an individual, we are poor, but collectively, we are 2 million people, and that's power right there if we come together. Responsibility. Leadership comes with vast responsibility. And in a party where all members are leaders, it's incumbent upon all the citizens to be held accountable for any actions. Empowerment. Price control. Impose more tax on big telecoms and property developers, and invest more in cooperative businesses and local businesses. Use our ability and resources, and use power as an acronym. People, organization working for economic rebirth and build a better Gambia. I can go on about the importance and the positive change the People Alliance Party will bring to the mentally and spiritually dead people who deserve better. But time will not allow me to do so. And as difficult as the current situation is, I still do have faith in Gambia and its great people. we can come together and turn this table around and extricate ourselves as our forebearers in their fight for our emancipation. In conclusion, I want to take this moment to thank you all very kindly for your time and effort toward this video. This is the first of many videos I'll be doing about current affairs. And thank you all very kindly. God bless you.